form themselves, Farah, unbeaten under Graham Potter so far. What do you expect the game to be like?
Difficult with Graham Potter to know what team he's going to put out, what formation he's going to go with, because I think he's tinkered a little bit since coming in from Brighton. He's certainly, the opening game in the Champions League wasn't great, and then he's gone on from there. But he does tend to rotate the team quite often. 5 or 6 players tend to come out. He flips from a back 4 in the Premier League to 5 in the Champions League. So it'll be interesting. What I like about him is defensively, Chelsea are conceding less goals.
How much is that down to Kepa?
Yeah, I think he's been impressive. Kepa, I mean, coming in and changing your number 1 straight away, which is what he did. He gave Mendy a chance. He was in bad form when Potter came in, but Kepa's been phenomenal. I mean, for somebody that was wrote off by many, as a young goalkeeper, to then come back in and have the performances he's done, and and it was in all of the games played. He's had to save Chelsea in big moments. He's pulled off some really, really big saves. So he's certainly been important to this team. And especially, as I said there, when Chelsea are changing that back line from a 4 to a 5, sometimes if you have a constant keeper and somebody that's in form who you can trust behind you, I think gives those players that come in the confidence. But I'm excited by Potter being at Chelsea and what he can bring. I was excited when I watched him with the Brighton team. He's now got arguably better calibre of players to work with. Hence why we're seeing, the crazy formation changes and tactical changes, because he's such a good coach.
Mason Mount has been flourishing under Graham Potter as well. He's the only outfield player to have started every single game under the new manager, and he's set to make his 100th Chelsea appearance if he starts this game, which you'd expect him to, barring any injuries or anything happening. How much do you think his improvement this season is down to the fact that Graham Potter's clearly made him his main man?
Yeah, it could be, because we were talking about Brighton earlier on and why they don't score goals and how it's kind of similar to Potter before, because they had these players who were like technicians, like Mason Mount, you'd say at Brighton, not quite at that level, but players like that who aren't necessarily clinical, but they had a lot, and it seems like that's the way Potter likes his players to work. The thing with Mount is he's been good for a long time now. I was just thinking when you were saying there, do you remember when people used to say that he was like Frank Lampard's like teacher's pet or whatever, and that's the only reason he played, which was just nonsense. Like, he's always been really good. And yeah, Chelsea are a funny one because they haven't really had that number 9. Well, like, for as long as anyone can remember, they've had famous problems with number 9s. So they need other options. And Mount's got goals in him. He's shown that under previous managers. There's been so much chopping and changing at Chelsea. He's probably used to it. And Potter coming in, I think he's used to working with those players, likes working with those players, and knows how to get them in those areas to score goals. And we have seen him before. He knows how to finish. He's not, ultra prolific, but you can see him carrying on and being a big part of this team. And also, obviously, with the World Cup coming up, he can make a bit of a push.